Time 2.
Time for our tale of the tape. First up, Buster Douglas, 6 foot 3.5 inches tall. James Buster Douglas, the man to dethrone Mike Tyson in Japan and become the undisputed world heavyweight champion. Wilder, bronze bomber, fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the former heavyweight champion of the world.
This is going to be an intense stare before the fight starts.
And now it's time for the official introductions, and for that, we go to the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States, here is an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing James Buster Douglas. Fighting out of the blue corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
And this one has all of those big fight. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Throws the jab, but does not score. Timing beats speed, speed beats power. They both want a knockout, you can tell. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Straight right just misses. That counter shot lands. Throw a shot, they get countered. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
How about that time counter shot? We wanted action, and they are delivering. Swing and a miss for that jab. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Swing and a miss with that hook. Competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Breathe, just get your breath back. Back behind your jab basics.
And there's the bell for round 2. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This slugger has a unique mentality, doesn't he, Johnny? He just wants to win by knockout. He says if we go to the scorecards, it's a failure for me.
How you deal with a slugger, you've got to use brain over ball. Bull in a matador, pop, jab, move. Get them angry.
Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. The straight right just misses. And Douglas is dazed.
His legs have gone, got to get a hands up. It's survival instincts now. Get him up.
And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Nice counter shot. Just missed with that hook. And it's lights out. That will do it. What a knockout win. So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory, that's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.
What a night for a fight. Under the lights, my name is Todd Grisham. We are... And it's night... It's the...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
You've heard of people dancing under... We're expecting an all-action slugfest. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. That counter shot lands. Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite-level middleweights. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Have you ever danced with the devil under the pale moonlight? That's what these two men are about to go through as they've been talking so much trash on social media. It's time to settle the score.
It's been a long day, Todd. They've been drinking, they've been at the sun, they've been having a good time. But this is what they've been waiting for. This crowd can be very unpredictable. And by the sense of it, it's nighttime now. They're waiting for the big fight. There's a lot of pressure on these fighters' shoulders to get that job done and perform.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. A perfect counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. How about that time counter shot? This slugger isn't interested in winning rounds. He just wants to win the fight. And he's not going to do it on the scorecard, Johnny. He needs a KO.
If you get in with a slugger, they want to work at their own pace. Use speed, frustrate them, take them out of their comfort zone. Make them tired, trip over their own feet. Get them angry.
He misses with that jab. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about winning that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're getting it.
On to the second round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're in trouble, you got to keep your gloves high, and that's what they did right there. Well done with that counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
No rest for the weary. Nice counter shot. Caution being thrown to the wind. what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They exchange punches. Both of these fighters have the conditioning to go the distance, no problem. They also have the power to end this with one punch. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Good defense blocking that right uppercut. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about winning that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
It was a bad round.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Good counter punching. He threw a punch and just got countered. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The straight right just misses. Can't score with that jab. That counter punch caught him clean. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about winning that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy. You were thinking. Just get your rhythm back.
There's the bell for round 4. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catches.
Just missed with that hook. The straight right just misses. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold her right there. David Benavidez might be ready to go. David Benavidez is on the canvas.
Oh, he's down. Is he going to get up? He's staggering.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are ready.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
The perfect counter lands. As we enter the final 10 seconds here. Whoa, wait a minute! And it's survival time for David Benavidez. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
Back into the fight.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Beautiful counter shot. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Got him there. Nice counter. These two were made for each. Did you see that? The Mexican monster's in trouble. Punch, counter punch. One punch could change everything in this. Whoa, wait a minute! And the Mexican monster might be ready to finally go down. And the big Mexican monster is down.
Is he out? Is he gonna move? Is there a twitch?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Beautiful counter punch. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? Wow, so the referee is not going to stop it, and the fight continues. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down.
Focus. Get your mind back on the job.
And there's the bell to start round 6. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Incredible work rate. You'd like to see more jabs. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Tried to score with a jab. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Missing with that right hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about winning that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get up.
Relax now.
Here we go. It's round 7. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Missing with the hook. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
And he scores with the counter. Straight right just misses. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Is he going to punch himself out there? The Dark Destroyer now in a very dark place.
His legs have gone. He's got to get their hands up. It's survival instincts now. Get him up.
Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
That uppercut doesn't get through. Catch and shoot. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. Down goes Benavidez.
Oh, what a shot! What? Oh my goodness!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
I could